right here. All your needs will be met.
I'm hungry!
In a minute!
Alrighty. Hey there, Doodle Gang, the Doopster here, and oh my god, I didn't expect this nonsense at all today, and oh man, we got some big updates today, boys. We got the Dead by Daylight Quality of Life Initiative of 2025. They actually listened to us. The madmans at Behavior finally listened to our complaints about this damn game. And we're finally getting a health update. And sorry if I sound like not enthused. I am enthused. I'm just a little stuffy, a little sick at the moment. So we're gonna go through this all together. And of course, they do have a video out there just discussing some brief stuff. It's nothing really important. Like, I mean, it is important, obviously, but the fruits, the main meal, the main course of this whole thing is basically in this post. Now, this is just phase one, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything. They haven't like made the phase two posts or anything like related to that, but there is a roadmap image, so we will go over that as well. So I'm just here to give live reaction, discussion here, what I think, just a doodle raw. That's not a good name. Don't call it that, okay? But I'll read to you so you don't have to read yourself because you always know me. I'm not good at reading to the class, but we'll try our best anyway. Dead by Daylight will be undergoing substantial quality of life initiative which should address many long-standing concerns and frustrations on our players have been experiencing. This is literally why I have such a hard time sometimes getting on Dead by Daylight because of just how DBD is right now. The initiative will take place over a course of two phases. The first runs through April to June, while the second runs through July to December. For a first look of what's scheduled, check out the roadmap below, and we shall do so. So basically, yada yada yada, including rifts. Also, by the way, this is very important to everybody. So it means that there will not be a PTB tomorrow. The rest assured that we're not making this decision lightly. So from best what I know, it's like 3 weeks delayed, which I don't even care. That's fine. You guys delay as much as you need to so you can fix this game first because a little bit, side thing here. The one thing I worried the most about, again mentioning the FNAF chapter here, if you guys like my silly little video in the beginning, um, I was worried that the game would be so broken to the fact that FNAF, the chapter, would end up like being the Houndmaster's chapter, bug-ridden and not fun to play. And especially since FNAF is like probably going to be one of the biggest licenses, uh, you know, Behavior will ever get, it's just like, dude. Insane. And you have to treat it right. It's absolutely crazy for that. So, we'll get back into it here. So, what's lined up for state one? For phase one, sorry. Surrender state, which, oh boy. I've heard some like Overwatch controversy about this, about people wanting a surrender state. I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but it's like, oh no. The team has been working on a surrender feature, which should limit player frustration on both sides. To get it right, we first need to identify the situation where it's used to be most appropriate, leading to two scenarios. All remaining survivors have been slugged. Okay. All remaining survivors are bots. Killer. Once the instance occurs, players will be able to use surrender option, ending a trial while retaining blood points they earned, escaping without a disconnected penalty. Now, I know everyone has their problems with the slugging issue. Now, anytime I play Survivor, I really don't come across that issue. And of course, you know me, I don't play Survivor too often, so I can't like exactly like say, hey, I don't play it too often. But the matter of fact that it is that all remaining survivors have been slugged, and you could do a surrender state. What are you gonna do when an Oni with its Oni's literal gameplay, mind you, his power is to slug everybody. What are you gonna do when you come across an Oni who's doing his just what Onis do? I feel like this is a little bit too much. Because I feel like everyone's going to abuse this system. I'm sorry to say it. It's going to get abused no matter how it's going to be implemented because all remaining survivors have been slugged. That's going to be so hard because what if, like, I have my situations where, what if everyone, like, you have a situation where everybody's close to you and you can't hook somebody, so you just start doing you start chaining. That's not the killer's fault. That's the survivor's fault for hovering. You know what I mean? So this can go in many ways. It's not a bad add-on to the game. It's not. No. It's just the fact that it can go many ways with how this will go. So that's all I could say for that. Let's move to the next one. Gamma adjustments. Dead by Daylight can get a little dark. Obviously, dude, I have such a hard time even on PC playing against Dredge. Not just thematically, sometimes excessive darkness can hinder playability. We're introducing the ability to adjust gamma settings on all platforms, allowing you to find a sweet spot without sacrificing the intended artistic direction. Thank you, because holy fuck. Like, Dredge is such a main issue, and I always have. Oh god, what's the other map that I always have a hard time looking through? And I always, like. I think it's just, like, basically Dredge. This is all just Dredge at this point. Because if you stack Dredge in any slightly dark maps in the game, I mean, like, it's gonna be such a hard time. So by all means. The Go Next prevention. Thank fuck this year. The Go Next expression refers to the instances where survivors deliberately does anything in their power to quickly get to their next game, including walking up to the killer, standing still, running into a hook, repeatedly pointing at it, the most commonly intentionally failing skill checks while on hook. Yep, that's a major issue. Probably penalize the behavior while implementing measures that will help us identify the player is attempting to go next. Once identified, they'll receive disconnection penalty point and lose the entire grade. We'll be keeping close eye on the system to ensure the accuracy. Oh, yes, thank you. But we're confident that this will help the alternative issue. Seriously, I swear to God, these people who play these games that immediately die on hook or immediately start throwing the game, especially pallets and everything like that, you need to uninstall the game. Uninstall. That's all I have to say to you. Go on to the next thing. Go play something else. Go play TCM or something, dude. They'll enjoy you having you over there. They need it. Get off of DBT. On the other hand, we'd like to reward players who stick through the challenging matches, even when things take a dire turn. We'll be moving forward to a new emblem-based multiplayer and creates additional blood points during the following matches with bonus stacking over consecutive trials. Thank you, because people don't understand the fact that you're causing everyone pain when you kill yourself on hook or you start, throwing the whole game, pallets, everything, sandbagging, all that matter. And like a lot of people like to do is just keep them in the game as long as possible. Just don't even bother with them. And that's kind of what I've been doing up all this point. Even though I feel bad for the other survivors, it's just the point of like, fuck, man, it's like really hard to do because you want to keep them in the game as long as possible and not make them go next. That's why a lot of these people I like to slug them or just ignore them and keep playing the game. But at the same time, it's just so fun for everybody because one person and then it's gonna be the next person, everyone gives up, and it's a really sad time. It's really really upsetting. Extreme hiding and body blocking prevention. This has been a very known one for a while for killers body blocking survivors and like no collision and all that nonsense. Extreme hiding refers, and also extreme hiding. I hate those people so much. First, the survivors starting out on winnable match to ignore their objective and waiting out the clock. To combat this, we're changing the AFK crows operate so we accurately identify the players, deliberately avoiding engagement with their gameplay objectives. Once the player receives crows, their location will be immediately revealed to the killer. Whew, yes. We'll also be incorporating features that allows players to lose collision after receiving a third AFK crow, which prevents instances of body block related griefing. That is actually a very big issue in the game. I've seen a lot of instances where body blocking happens and all that, and it's just it's so stupid, especially the fact that you can't do anything about it. The killer won't let you go, all that good matter. And it's also extreme hiding is very upsetting as well. I've dealt with a lot of that in my timeline as playing Survivor, and I'm so glad they're finally fixing that. Map offerings, oh boy, my favorite topic. We recognize map offerings are a bit decisive. Some players enjoy them, while others feel like they grant an unfair advantage. Very true. Anytime I get sent to Gideon, I want to go to the backyard and cry. The fact that they automatically bypass both the map and rail repetition system can also add to the frustration. Very true. That's so true. Moving forward, map offerings would no longer guarantee the appearance of a given map. Thank you. But rather increase the chances by 20%. Note, they will not stack. Thank God. We're also looking to make so math offerings as well as several other types of offerings remain a secret during load-in. That way, your decision to remain the match will not be swayed by external factors. Now, I'm generally curious because, like, as soon as, like, you're probably just gonna do, like, how Mori's and the rags work. Like, you spawn together survivors and whatnot. And just to make it to where you don't see it in general. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun, but, like, I'm literally gonna be like, is that a map offering? Or, are they using a rag or whatever? Is that a Mori? Or, is that a map offering? But you can still check the menus, but I'm assuming they're gonna keep blocked anyway because I'm pretty sure you cannot see. If I'm right, it's been a while since I literally check, the menu where you see your offerings and everything and add-ons. I don't know if you can see it when it's still blocked, or you can. I'm assuming like Maury's you don't, but I think the rags you can. I'm not entirely sure. I think this is honestly a very great life quality because I generally hate when I get sent to maps and I have a bad time because of bully squads, and it just happens way too often, and that makes me not want to play the game as much. And of course, it's not like to the point to where you need to kill map offerings. It's just you need to tone it down. And I get it at some points, people like I literally heard like oh what about the funness of well, beating up killers and everything, buddy, calm down. You can still do it on any other map, you just gotta strategize. And I no longer want to see Garden of Pain offerings. Please, please, please no more Gideon offerings when I play Hunters. Please! That's all I ask for. Spawn rules. Survivor spawn placements can be significantly impacted on the trial's outcome, and our observation that repeatedly recognized by our community, it became clear that survivors spawning separately, thereby covering more ground, allows them to gain a noticeable advantage in completing their objective. We're changing the default survivor spawn rules to ensure that each survivor will spawn 12 meters of one another on the same floor and acceptable to accommodate the change. Shroud offerings will also be adjusted accordingly. Huh, okay, you know what? This is a little, I mean, I'd say no to this one because I feel like a lot of like points to where gen rushing can come to is where survivors spawn at. And what if little Timmy Jim Bob is spawned next to the upper floor of RPD, next to one of the gates, like up the stairs before you head to the lower section, and you head where you see Mr. X in the game and whatever. What if a little Timmy Jim Bob spawned there, and then everybody else spawned like in the main flooring and all that? That's already a gen you're losing, buddy. You're not heading over there for that gen. You're literally gonna be focusing on little Timmy 2 and little Jenny Bye and little Billy Bob instead of little Jimmy Jim, little Timmy Jim. So the fact that this is a change is like I mean I feel like survivors are gonna complain about this, but I generally don't care. I think it's really cool that even though it could cause some like issues with like maybe some certain killers if they find everybody at once, but I feel like if the survivors play it correctly and not hover, it shouldn't lead to such a massacre in the first minute. So I say I'm okay with this one. And I'm curious how they're going to change the shroud offerings for this one too. If they're going to have survivors spawn, near each other instead of what the usuals is. Because normally when I spawn in a survivor, it never is really an issue where I'm mostly at least next to somebody or two, like the three people. I bet like it's me and two other people. Or sometimes I'm with everybody. It's like I haven't seen really an issue with it. I mean, of course, I don't play a whole lot of Survivor because I'm more of a killer main, but it's still just the fact that like I haven't really noticed an issue with that. But of course, when I play killer, it's like, dude, little Timmy Chimbobs on the gen far across the map while I'm trying to get the other three, and that's already a gen I can go to. So it's like I don't know. I feel like it kind of helps the killer way and the killer side in that way, but of course people will you know argue about it. That's fine. I am okay with this one. Improved AFK bot detection. Players that use AFK bots now can be frustrating to have in your trial. We're working on improvements to our detection systems so that we can quickly identify and penalize them accordingly. That's a good change. Good. 100%. Bulk point spending! Oh my god! Finally, after a million years, we have it! Wow! To speed up journal web activity, we're adding adding a button that will allow you to spend blood points in bulk. Thank you, behavior. I was so thirsty. I was so thirsty, wasting like 10 minutes trying to level up my characters when I could just get in my next game. Rolling the clip from yesterday of me watching cat videos with Chad while I was updating Jake. Oh my god. Oh man. Alright, cameras out once more. We're almost close to 90, Jake. This is such an odd milestone, for real, for real. Yay. Did I play the video? Hopefully I did. Doodle, don't forget, please. Quest system. Previously announced last year, the Quest system will be part of a longer update with the archives and rifts. Expect more information and an article specifically dedicated to that. For now, that will be reworking challenges system as well as daily. Oh, finally, dude! To reduce the grind, make it easier to earn rewards, and increase overall level of fun. Behavior! Behavior, I was so thirsty! Thank you! This, like, oh my god! Brother, the fact that you're finally changing the dailies, I like really keep on forgetting they exist, and I never focus on them. This is, oh my god. They should generally do like a system where they track like who you play more, or at least just don't do like specific survivor, specific killer ones. I feel like you should do as a survivor, complete this many gens, do this many tasks, as killer, knock down many survivors, hook many survivors. You know, like your usual challenges and not do killer specific. I know people like doing, like, it's more of a push to let people play more, like, people outside their comfort zone. But, buddy, I haven't never touched daily rituals. I don't touch them because I keep on forgetting they exist. It's like one of the most underused things in Dead by Daylight, in my opinion, because I literally don't use them and never see anybody talk about them. So, thank the lords that they're changing this. And I don't know, but you know what's funny? I was talking about this the other night with my roommate. I don't see the Rift as being hard whatsoever. Like I'm literally I'm almost close to finishing like the first like main line of the Rift right now before going into like the bonus stuff because I think I'm like a few pages away from the Huntress thing. And now of course not me buying the $20 bundle pack to get an extra 10 levels. I'm, I'm sorry. I just got the money and I don't feel like grinding. And I don't have the time to grind every day. I literally have work. I have a life, man. So the 20 just throw $20 in there is totally fine. Plus, you know, it helps at the end of the day. But before I started doing that and just getting the normal, you know, just buying with the 10 smackaroonies, I never had a hard time finishing the rifts. Now I feel like years ago, back when I was playing on my PlayStation more, I felt like that was harder to get them completed. Maybe it could be because I'm still in school. I don't exactly have a lot of time to play, but I felt like back then it was a little harder, and now these days it feels a lot easier to like get these finished. It could be a skill issue on my end. I mean, it could be if I was bad back then. I'm fine now to get this stuff done. Now, a few things I probably do hate, like again, last stream, if you guys caught me on there. By the way, it's my Twitch, by the way, you should like go follow that. It's Doodle by Daylight underscore. But yes, it took me so long just to get Escape One Trial. I hate those challenges so much. But yes, this is please just get this in here sooner. That's all I want. Perk loadouts and previews. Ooh. After a successful round of A/B testing, we'll be allowing players to see their own perk loadouts while in lobby, as well as adding additional perk loadout slots. Ooh, nice. We believe the changes will overall benefit the Dead by Daylight's health, further establishing a positive gaming environment for all players. We'll also thank you for the patience and understanding during this time. We'll be back in the anniversary broadcast in May to recap part 1 and provide a deeper insight into part 2 on our roadmap. So keep an eye out for that announcement. In the meantime, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback. Thank you. Thank you, behavior. I was so thirsty. Don't repeat the same joke over and over again. Now, how do I feel about this whole thing? And of course, I don't. You might not care about my opinion, but hey, it's just me. I'm the Sagoober giving you information. All this sounds amazingly good. I like no complaints really for anything. Probably except for the surrender state, because this is this is going to be a little controversial for everybody here, and it just really like depends because there's like going to be points where you're going to have to slug, and it just I don't feel like this is going to be implemented right, but for everything else I'm totally fine with it. I don't see any other issues with anything else. Maybe the spawn rules kind of, I feel like survivors are going to be pissed off about this one. But everything else, I give this a great old thumbs up for this one. And behavior, thank you finally for giving us a quality of life update. This game has been needing it for so many years. And you know, this is probably like one of the reasons why I didn't play Dead by Daylight throughout. I'm pretty sure 2020 at best, around 2020, 2021. I took a fucking break off of DBD for like a year because of how bad the game is and how much it made me mad. Dudes are cussing every 2 seconds, but I am forever thankful, forever grateful for this. So thank you. And now we'll go touch up on the roadmap that was given to us and all that good matter. I'll be with you goobers in a second. Bye bye. Never mind. I guess. Oh, Leo, my Pookie Bear! Thank you. Oh, I love you. You're so nice to me. That's my boy right there. Oh, he wants to get. Leo, you're so sweet! Thank you. I love you. I'm gonna protect you with all my heart and soul, okay, baby?